Welcome to the Angelscapes podcast, where you're encouraged to uncover and develop a direct connection with your soul's power, wisdom, and spiritual intuition that is ready to blossom. We'll explore new ideas, compelling tips, and real steps to help you learn simple spiritual practices. We're a safe place to learn more about accessing your soul's power with education and spiritual wholeness that could bring more clarity to your life. Now here's your host, a practicing medium, Akashic Records practitioner, spirit artist, coach, and mentor, Dr. Reverend Nancy Smith.
So, who loves you, baby? Who's got your back? Do you know your guardian angel? This is Angelscapes, and I'm your host, Nancy Smith. And tonight's episode, we're going to talk about your guardian angel, who your guardian angel is, why your guardian angel is important to you, and how you can connect to this beautiful angel that's there just for you. You were, when we were first created, when all of us are first created, we are given an angel or guardian that has our soul's journey, our soul's plan, all our soul's contracts within an understanding of this, our soul's journey. And this angel carries all of this information and helps guide us throughout our lives. Now, the rule of the angels is you ask for help and then you get help. We are a free will people. And as we are doing this free will stuff, we need to ask for help. And we will get interventions at times, but we will get to choose if we're going to take those interventions or not. Reconnecting, or I should say the connection to your guardian angel, is a personal connection. Many of the angel realms, thrones, archangels can be personal or non-personal, or can have a kind of a theme or a task. I say that, I mean, what's a better word than task? They have a discipline that connects them to the earth plane or to serving humanity or doing whatever they're going to do. The guardian angel is for you personally. And this is one of your spirit teams, a very important member of your team in spirit. And knowing your guardian angel can change your life, can change your mind, and can sometimes make dramatic changes in what's going on in and how you're thinking about things and how you're dealing with problems when you get off track. Here's the way you connect with, one of the ways we're going to connect with your guardian angel is first through prayer, through your questioning, through your asking, through your wishing for the guardian angel to bring you information. And then how you receive information back is through your intuition, is through meditation or deep contemplation. It's through synchronicities and symbols and signs. A lot of people will talk about numbers. They see 444 or 111 or any of those repeat numbers that talk about angels are flying or angels are around, to remind us, or us or them or whoever is using these numbers as symbols that angels are close by. An angel connection, what it gives you, especially your guardian angel, because that's what we're going to talk about tonight, is a connection to spirit, is a connection to your soul's path. It's about protection. Your guardian angels, guardian, are here to protect you in all kinds of times. We'll talk about that in a little minute. It's for healing. It's for bringing you into balance. It's for guidance. And guidance can be protection, but guidance can also be, change your mind, change where you're going. You get back on track. The guidance is to help you get back on a course that's satisfying or in your best interest. And guardian angels are here to help you connect to humanity, to create a network of friends and relations, and even find deep love in your life. So your guardian angel will help you do all those things. You don't have to know your guardian angel to get the help from your guardian angel. You don't have to do any of these things that I'm going to mention. Your guardian angel will always be there. You're not going to chase your guardian angel away, and you're not going to cause your guardian angel to turn his back on you. You may cause him to cry. I'm kidding. But your guardian angel is very much dedicated to you from that soul point of view. And sometimes we don't know what our lives are all about or meant to be. We don't quite know the whole plan till we get back to the other side and see the plan. So don't be so harsh on yourself. Don't like try not to be judgmental. Try to just kind of, okay, I don't know the whole picture, but there's somebody here that does know the whole picture and I can ask, or I can have trust, or I can have faith. So think back in your life. Have you ever had a close call that you almost came out of it miraculously? Like, how did I get out of this one? How did I avoid this one? That's your guardian angel, helping you out. Maybe you have had some wisdom in a difficult situation, or a thought or a feeling occurred to you that kind of changed your course through your difficult situation. That was your guardian angel talking to you. Maybe you had an accidental injury that turned out to be a godsend in your life, because that accident, that injury, or maybe losing that job, or that incident caused you to go in a direction you never would have chosen on your own. I call those soul appointments, but the guardian angels are in charge of our soul appointments. They're in charge of who we're supposed to meet in this lifetime. And, you know, I have to say something about that, because lots of times our guardian angels speak to us through other people or through other relationships, and it kind of surprises us, and we don't know. Um, w- where we're going or what we're doing. We're not sure our angels are even paying attention or listening to us. And then all of a sudden, a person will show up in our lives. Maybe a friend or a new friend, maybe somebody at the grocery store, a stranger will come up and will just have a conversation with us that redirects our thinking, and that helps us to look at things in a new way, or gives us comfort, or gives us a new lease on life. Those are messages from your angels. They're also messages from the people talking to you. So you want to really appreciate when somebody goes on the limb and says those helpful things to you, and takes the time to really see you and to really spill their heart out or open their heart up to you. Now, on the other hand, you also have appointments with other people to help them walk through things, to encourage them, or to deliver messages. And just think about this. If you choose not to deliver the message, if you choose to brush off what you're feeling inspired to do, you're not keeping your appointment with the angels. You're not keeping your appointment with the person that you were supposed to um, help and help guide with the help of the angels. And when we don't make our appointments, I have to say there are many, many other people who will make those appointments when we don't show up. But it's in our grace and our best interest to show up when we're guided to show up. So don't blow people off. Don't blow your friendships, or if you feel inspired to give that person extra $20 who's begging on the street, and you don't know why you're doing it, because it's kind of like you have a lot of reasons why you wouldn't do it, but you're feeling that push to do it. You don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what that soul appointment is meant for. So doing good deeds is angel work. It's your guardian angel work. It's because we all have guardian angel works working around us. So think of every person around you, and think of a guardian angel with every single person. They're going to tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, could you tell her to lighten up a little bit? Or could you tell him it's time to go home, or something like that? So talking to your guardian angel, or getting the information from your guardian angel. I just want to tell you a story. Yesterday I was driving around in, it's just the sun was about to go down. It was kind of like late afternoon, and there was this rainbow in the sky. It had just sprinkled a little bit. You could smell the ozone in the air, and there was this very subtle rainbow. Um, and that is a sign from my mom. I always get rainbows. And then as I was driving in the car with my daughter, this song Rainbow Connection came on, and that was another sign, a rainbow sign. I'll take rainbows however I get them. And I said, well, to my daughter, looks like grandma's saying hello. And we were kind of chuckling over that and happy to know that she was near. And it kind of surprised me. I said, well, what huh? It's just like, but then I thought about it. I said, we just traveled up quite a ways to go to a wedding, and we had got home safe and sound. And later on, a text came through from my family text, and I have a very intuitive brother-in-law who said, hey, I think mom's been around everyone, helping everyone get home, and helping everyone be safe. And then another person in the family spoke up and said, I just missed a 6-car pileup because my plane was late. And because my plane was late, I was, I just was that far behind the traffic. And if I had been on time the way I thought I would have been time, I would have been in that 6-car pileup. And she was saying, I think mom is around us. And then I wrote and said, well, I saw this rainbow. And that's always mom's sign that she's being around. So we had this beautiful synchronicity of being protected as we all traveled back from the wedding, and of being protected. And guardian angels are the ones that protect us, but our loved ones in spirit can also connect in with the power of the guardian angel to help us. A lot of times when loved ones go into spirit, people will say, I know he's my guardian angel. I know he is. And I have to say, logistically, he's your loved one in spirit. They're their loved ones in spirit, and your guardian angel is your guardian angel. So I wanted to mention the difference, but our loved ones in spirit do connect in with our spirit guides who are helping us. And because they know us so well, the loved ones in spirit who went before us, and they'll kind of say, hey, I know you think this about her, but I really want to point out this, this, and this, because I was living with her. So it's a wonderful relationship that we could have with our loved ones in spirit and our guardian angel. Um, I want you to ask all of you have gone through great losses. We've all gone through great losses. And how have you had this experience of feeling deeper love or a deeper connection, or you feel better after this great loss, where when at some point during the beginnings of the great loss, you thought, well, there's nothing going to change this. Nothing is going to make me feel better. And then eventually you do feel better. That's your guardian angel at work, very gently healing you, very gently suggesting to you. And we need to be open to receive those suggestions, to just heal your heart, to move in a different direction, take your thoughts in a new place. I have a friend who's still very much grieving loss of a family member. And sometimes deep grief heals from finding meaning in the loss of a loved one. And that meaning can be as simple as, I helped this loved one through their life. I comforted them. We had great laughs, or we did these special things. And now it's that loved one's time to move forward. And they're moving forward to an amazing place on the other side of heaven, which is, we call it Summerland, which is a beautiful place to be. But that bridge, we're still here on the earth plane, and they're in heaven, and the grief can be insurmountable at times. It's the guardian angels that help make that bridge through grief and through loss. So when you're trying to make sense out of a loss that makes no sense, sometimes you have to let go of the idea of making sense out of something and let yourself surrender and trust in the healing aspects of the angels and the healing aspects of a higher thought, a higher power, and imagine that your relationship with that person and the love that you had for them is making a brilliant transition for them in heaven, and it will make a brilliant transition for you, that you were in great service and you will continue to be in great service as you love them. Nothing is lost. And the logical sense has to go away, and the meaning of life has to come forward. And our guardian angels help us do that in these times of loss and confusion. And that is a really good reason on why to stay connected or reach to a connection to your guardian angel. Have you ever experienced knowing something that you have no way of possibly knowing, and you just know that it's true? That's called claircognizance. That's your guardian angel oftentimes speaking to you. And when you're pointing out, I know that you're going in this direction, but this is what's true about this. And sometimes we have to stick to those things that we know to be true, even though the logic isn't lining up. And that eventually the logic could very well line up, but our instincts and our intuition are taking us in a certain direction, even though we don't quite understand it. It's a point of trust. Turning to your guardian angel is a really good idea at this point. Even before anything big is happening, or if something big is happening to you right now, build a relationship with your guardian angel by making an appointment. Maybe every day at 3 o'clock, or every day before you go to bed, or every morning, just connect in with your angel and say, I'm here. I want to hear from you. I want to feel you. And what you want to do, what I suggest that you do, is to ask for a name or something that you can feel inside of yourself, and then ask for a sign, a synchronicity, or something in your outer world, or a feeling that you may have in the inside that you know you're talking to your guardian angel, and that so that you know it's not all in your head. It's just in my head, it can't be true, is the logical way of explaining beautiful spiritual phenomena. But I want to invite you to start to build a spiritual relationship and a spiritual phenomena that you trust, that you have a relationship that you've invested in, and that you're willing to stand true in that. And how you would do that, again, we started talking a little bit about prayer. Prayer is the opening of the door to your guardian angel, and then meditation, which is basically sitting quietly and allowing your whole body to relax and allowing your mind to quiet down as best you can, so that you can kind of let that flow of that pulse of that higher power, that higher thinking, to begin to pulse through your whole body. And sometimes if I sit quietly, my hands on my knees, or just or on wherever I'm putting them opened, or my palms down, I can sometimes feel a gentle breeze going across my hands, almost if something is touching it, something is really just kind of moving across my hands. Sometimes I feel it across my cheek. And that comes through the meditation, through breathing in the angels, breathing in spirit, and breathing out and trusting the angels. And that's one aspect, one way of doing it. And another aspect is asking for a sign, asking for a synchronicity, and going towards, as you ask for that sign, sometimes you need to decide what that sign is going to be. Um, and it could be anything. I like little tiny little white feathers. For me, is a sign that I just somehow those make sense to me. Some people go pennies from heaven. Some people will ask. I had a friend that asked for, you remember the big purple Barney that was on the kids stations? I don't know. I think Barney's still around. I don't know. But this was years ago. She asked to see Barney whenever she needed to make a decision. And if it, if she was right in the right direction, just give me a Barney. And oh my gosh, Barney showed up in the most ridiculous places you can imagine. Um, I get angel feathers. Sometimes I'll get amazing feathers from unusual birds that will be in my path, that will say, "You're walking on the right path. We see you, we hear you, we know you." And it's very that those connections touch my heart. Uh, they make me stop and remind myself to slow down and be in relationship to my guardian angel as I go through all my worries. Angels are here to help you with your fears and your worries, they're here to calm you and set you on a pathway that will help your self-esteem or help your sense of well-being. So if your angel guidance is helping you feel better, then it is truly your angel guidance. That's a tell for me. I feel better. My mind is clearer. I'm calmer, and I can start to solve situations in a new way. That's angel presence right there. Um, your guardian angel is your mentor, and that mentoringship is a process to help you find what your latent skills are, what your talents are that you brought to this lifetime that will help you with this lifetime. Many times we feel we can't develop a talent, or we kind of blow it off, or we think, well, I have to go to college for that and I don't have money for that. Or we think, stop. You have talents and abilities that are anchored in spirit, that are anchored in your soul. And all you need to do is put attention to them and begin to develop those talents, and they will come as they're going to come. Doors will open for you, and your guardian angels are there to mentor you, to help you do these things. They also mentor you to find your power and your strength within you. They mentor you to reach out deep inside yourself, to reach out to source, but also to reach deep inside of yourself to your own spirit and connect your spirit to source. Your angels want the best for you. They want the best life possible for you. Not the easy life possible for you, and not like the kind of like, if I had 12 chocolate candy bars, I would be so much happier. Not that kind of thing, but the kind of thing that says, okay, step through the fear into the courage, and let the courage take you to that place of self-satisfaction. That's what I'm talking about right there. Um, and spending the time to look towards your angel so that you could recognize when your guardian angel is present for you is really well worth it. Another way to do that would be writing. A couple different styles of writing. You could start a journal that just says, here's how my day is. Here's how I'm feeling happy. Here's how I'm feeling like things are going right. Here's how I'm frustrated and things are not going so well. And then you can say, can you give me guidance on this? So you have this sense of somebody listening to you, not just dear diary, and I wonder who's listening to, but your guardian angel is listening to you. Dear spirit, dear angel, talk to me. Tell, can you see what I'm going through? Can you see how hard I'm trying? Are you there with me? And do you have any thoughts or feedback? Another way of journaling is what you could call automatic writing or kind of channeling, where you can begin with a question and then you allow your angel to overshadow you and you just begin to write directly from your angel. Sometimes the journaling will take you to that channeling place where you eventually feel the angel click in and you feel yourself writing from that place of knowing that you don't know how you know. That's claircognizance. Um, One other place to do either in combination with journaling or just by itself is contemplation. Many times meditation will only take us so far, and then we have to leave the meditation and wait for the signs to start showing up in our lives because we set the energy, we set the tone for that to happen. And sometimes it's the deep contemplation that begins to give us the answers that we're looking for, or begins to give us a thread or a trail to follow. So the contemplation is really just sitting quietly in deep thought. Again, not the circle thought of worry, but just setting all of that aside and going into, what am I learning right now? What is God trying to show me? What is the meaning of this? Sometimes things have meaning, sometimes they have no meaning, they just are what they are. And sometimes there is you could have certain things that show up constantly. I'm always running into such and such, like I ran into such and such 5 times today. It seems to me there's something going on with that. Let me go into contemplation and kind of sort it out. And listen, in that contemplation, maybe you'll receive some inspiration, some intuition. Um, Developing your intuition is a really beautiful way of opening the door to hearing what your angels have to say. When we talk about intuition, we talk about the clairs, and I've talked to you about clairs in different podcasts, but the clairs repeating is about your clairvoyant, you're seeing pictures in front of your face or envisioning things as you move forward, and that's your third eye. Clairaudient is clear hearing, and that's in behind your ears. And sometimes you hear an inner voice that it sounds like your voice, but it's maybe got a little bit more wisdom than you normally have. That's clairaudient. Sometimes you could actually hear a voice that's in your head that's not even your voice, and that's really powerful when that happens. Doesn't tend to happen outside of yourself. It doesn't sound like something that like somebody standing next to you talking to you. Not necessarily that. Occasionally it could be that way. Occasionally I've heard voices speak to me that were disembodied. There was nobody there. But they don't necessarily, they'll say one thing and then they stop. And then I have to go within and do some contemplation and, oh, well, what was that? Who is that? What was that spirit speaking to me, or was the angel speaking to me? I remember as a little tiny girl, I did hear angel voices actually speaking to me that were outside of me. That was pretty amazing. Didn't always know what they meant though. I just knew that they were there. So, and not, as a little kid, not too big on contemplation. So I kind of walked around amazed. Um, but build a rapport with yourself that you are agreeing to go into contemplation, and as you go into that thought, that gentle deep thinking and deep feeling, you're opening the door also to your higher self and to your soul and to your angel, your guardian angel, to come in and work with you. um Things that you can ask for that we forget to ask for. First thing is protection. Your guardian angel is here to protect you in a lot of different ways. So don't leave home, or don't start any project, or don't get on the phone, or don't text until you've asked for your guardian angel's protection. And what that protection can look like is a piece of wisdom that pops into your head. I wouldn't text that if I were you. Or did you check to see if you left enough time to go get gas in your car? When's the last time you changed the oil? Or it's my favorite. The GPS will say leave at this time to get to wherever you want at this time. and I'll hear, no, you have to leave 10 minutes earlier. Don't believe it. And if I follow it, I'm good. If I don't follow it, say, no, the GPS says this and I'm going to trust it. I'm late. It's just amazing how that's happening to me over and over again. What am I going to learn? But for you, that is, if you trust those intuitive hits and follow them, that is a source of protection. Another really interesting source of protection that I've heard many people talk about, and I've experienced it, if somebody's being dishonest with you, or it's not on the up and up, or is so many problems going on, and your guardian angel will divert them sometimes. Maybe you'll get clued in that you need to get out of this situation, or you need to heads up, this isn't a good thing for you. But I've also seen guardian angels distract those people and take them into another place, or they just kind of walk out of my life. And that's amazing. So if somebody walks out of your life, maybe you need to check in with your guardian angel before you go chasing after them and trying to reconnect. And what did we go wrong and what happened? Maybe you need to stop and say, is this angel redirect? Is this something that's best for me if this person steps out of my life, or this deal didn't go through in my business, or I love that car, but I couldn't buy it, or the car is totaled and now I love this car, but it's totaled, and what am I going to do? Maybe that was an angel redirect. A friend of mine just had this happen, to say, this isn't the right car for you. This car is not going to serve you the way you hope it will. And I had a friend of mine had brought brand new car, just gorgeous. Man, I loved her car. And within 2 months, it was totaled, and they could not. There was just no way it was going to get fixed. It was way beyond that. And so she said, took it very well, very calm. She said, I'm safe. My friend is safe. Nobody was hurt. So that's all that matters. And I'll find a car. Well, she found this magnificent car that, who knew? It was just so cool. So she's driving around, and it's just one heck of a cool car and really enjoying herself. So it's guardian angel help right there. Spirit guides help. Pay attention to the subtle signs around you. Pay attention to how you feel when certain things happen. We said a little bit ago that sometimes things will repeat themselves, like the same TV commercial comes on, which happens all the time. Or like I had the rainbow as I was driving, but then the rainbow song came on the radio. So there were two hits there that I said, well, wait, if I wasn't sure that rainbow was from my mom, sure as heck knew once that song came on. Just randomly, I hadn't heard it from my playlist for, gosh, years. And then the song popped up. And giving yourself time to observe your life around you is a real cool way of taking in the signs and the synchronicities that the angels have to show you. If somebody is saying something to you, and then a totally unrelated person says something very similar to you, and then a total stranger says the same thing to you later, pay attention to that. Write it down if you have to, or journal about it or something. But that is a definite message from your guardian angel saying, heads up on this one, pay attention to this one. And your inner feelings, when you feel something about an incident or a decision that you're making, I like to talk to my angels and say, show me. And then, of course, they don't show me. So in order to kick that up a few notches, I will pretend that there's a movie screen in front of my third eye, close my eyes, and I imagine myself following through on the decision that I just made, or I'm going to make. And I see how it's going to play out. And I ask the angels, show me the movie over time of what will happen with this decision. And then I'll choose another decision, some place where maybe a little more, just quite different. And then I'll watch that movie play out, and I'll ask the angels, show me the movie. And then pay attention to how I feel with each movie as it moves along. Am I happy with how this is feeling? Am I anxious with how this is feeling? Am I just fine? This is the best thing ever. And if I'm envisioning my decisions playing out and I get a stomach ache, or I'm anxious, or I'm agitated, it's not the right decision. So our feelings can be in alignment with our guidance from our angels, believe it or not. Our body language is very much connected at times to our angels and to our inner intuition, especially when we intend them to be. Intention is everything. We talked about intention in one episode where the intentions are like magic. If we intend that our angels speak to us and guide us, and then we play out a scenario where we use our intuition and we feel how we feel, our body will line right up and play right in. Yeah, I'll play this game with you. I'll do it. And listen to your body language. Um, Trust is a big deal. Trust is a big deal when you're asking for protection. Trust is a big deal when you're asking for guidance. And it's really hard to trust. I know it's really hard to trust. We talk ourselves out of trusting the best guidance ever. But a couple things I want to tell you about. If you can't trust it now, ask it to come back later and help you build trust with it. And so there's never just one chance. And the other piece of it is test it out. You've got this guidance. Maybe start small. What shoes should I buy, or where should I buy my groceries today? And you'll get a hit, and then take action. It's a small thing. It's not going to be make huge waves in your life, but you're taking baby steps towards trusting. So when the big thing is that is going to make a big wave in your life, and you can follow that guidance and you can trust it, that's building trust as much as building your intuition. They're both very, very important, building your trust and building your intuition. Here's a fun thing to do also when you're wanting to build a personal relationship with your guardian angel. Ask their name. Now, I couldn't tell you exactly. I think I know my guardian angel's name. I thought I knew my guide's name. And is this my guardian angel? Is this my guide? And I got myself all confused. But I did get a name years and years ago that I thought was kind of odd. And then I looked that name up in the Googled it. Kind of wasn't sure. But when I got the name, I got a tree with it, a picture of a tree. So I looked up names of trees, and then I kind of put in that name that I got. Sure enough, that name was connected to a tree. I thought it was gibberish. And then a few years later, when I wasn't so sure about the guidance I was getting, I was driving, I got lost. And it was night, it was late, I was tired, and there was this shop. It was kind of an industrial park that I was turning around in, and my guide's name, Angel's name, was right on the sign. It was a family name that owned a furnace heating company or something. I was like, oh my gosh. So there was a reach out to me that I wasn't even asking for from my spiritual team saying, we got you. We're with you. Don't be afraid. We're with you. Keep going. So ask your angel's name, and then ask for them to speak to you in a way that you can recognize repeatedly. And I've said, recognize your angelic signs so that you know, oh, that's my guardian angel. But ask for certain inside signs, certain thoughts or certain feelings or things that would show up that that is definitely my guardian angel, and build a relationship with your gut. What are you here? Ask questions. What are you here to help me do? How long have you known my soul? How many times have you been with lifetimes with my soul? What do you feel? Asking your angels what they think, what they feel about their personal self, their personal lives would I think be received with great delight as you want to get to know them and where their gifts and where their strengths are. And I'm sure that they would have a lot of things to tell you, what they're working on their own growth and learning, because we're all beings in spirit are all learning and growing and have different gifts and talents that they're honing and developing. Um, Enlist your angels to help you with your everyday concerns. A lot of times we put our angels aside like our good Sunday shoes, and we don't put them on unless we have a real good reason to. Put the shoes on every day. Talk to the angels about, today I need to pick up, I really want avocados, and where can I find the best avocados? Or today is this challenge that I have to go to the doctors, or today I have to take another extra trip across town, or whatever you want to get guidance and help or companionship with. My guardian angel was tremendously helpful when I was going through different treatments with cancer, and I didn't want to do it, and I was afraid, and I wanted to walk away. And I had an angel show up on a wall like I couldn't believe it. I had to blink my eyes a couple times, but that angel was not going to go away. It was an outline and a certain a green cast with a shadow. Um, a lot of felt like Archangel Raphael there, but my guardian angel was right there saying, "We're with you." And so ask your angels for help. And the car breaks down, or the furnace. Do I need to get a new furnace? If that's not working, that's been a list on my list. Do I need to get a new furnace or not? And I'm asking my angels um, repeatedly, because sometimes did you tell me the answer to that? Because I can't remember hearing it now, so I'll ask them again. They're fine with that. Um, and so the everyday concern, so that you can see how your guardian angel works in your life in a very specific way, so that you can build a relationship on, like I said, on easy peasy baby step grounds. Now, people have asked, what's the difference between a spirit guide and an angel? Um, Spirit guides, we have a whole big spirit team. We're so important that we have 8 to 9 to 10, sometimes 12 beings from spirit who are helping us to learn and grow, develop, and be the best that we can be, have our best life possible. Your guardian angel is from the angelic realm, and angels have not had human lives before, but they have certain disciplines that they are learning, and talents that they have from the angelic realms that are going to help us specifically. And I bet you if you talk to your guardian angel, you could find what discipline is your guardian angel from, what are they focusing on, and that will help you know to what you're focusing on in your life now. Your spirit guides could be somebody who's had a past life with you before. It could be somebody who's had lifetimes before, but have risen to a point where they now want to be a guide. So, and they have come in with different feelings, different focuses. So they're different. They're all in spirit, but they have different focuses. They have different feelings about them. So I talked to you. I had a spirit guide and their name, but I also felt an angel right behind him. They were separate. So when I say I'm not sure what my angel's name is, because I'm really sure that my spirit guide's name is this, but I didn't quite get my angel's name. We're working on that. Don't be worried if you can't figure out a name, but keep asking, and things will pop up for you. Synchronicities will come up and you say, you know what, that feels exactly right. But if it doesn't quite feel exactly right, it's not quite right. Just keep working on it. So let's kind of take a look at different things that the guardian angels can do for you. They protect you. You can connect with them for inspiration, companionship, for guidance when you get off track. They help you with healing, physical healing, as well as emotional and mental healing. And they help you find your way. They help you know the truth about things. They guide you in your businesses. They guide you in your relationships and your networking with other people, in deepening your relationships that you're in, and finding deep, loving relationships that you could go in, the ones that you're asking for. If you want to find a partner, ask your angels to help you do it, and ask for the steps that they want you to take. What are the self-healing steps that you need to take for yourself? And where do you need to make yourself available to your angels? Hire the angels. They will help you do it. And remember that angels can get you out of trouble. And if you make some decisions, I'm not sure what I'll tell my angel in a prayer. I need to make a decision here. I'm not real sure what you're telling me to do because my mind is all over the place. But my best thinking is taking me to this decision. Will you protect me on that? And if I need to regroup and make a different decision, will you talk to me so I can realign myself quickly if I need to, and come walk with me. I've made this decision. I'm going in this direction. Please, angel, guardian angel, walk with me and help me with this. Um, Guardian angels want to help us. They want us to live our best lives. They know us intimately. They know us better than anybody here could ever know us. So same as our soul. Our soul is another spiritual part of ourselves. That's part of our spiritual team. And your guardian angel and your soul speak very deeply to each other. And so everyone's on the same team. There's no really conflict to our team members in spirit. Nobody's arguing with each other. They're all on the same page and they all want to see us do what we're going to do. And so in that sense, build a good connection and a good relationship with your guardian angel. It will give your life wealth and riches, emotionally and spiritually, and sometimes even, on the physical realm as well. And ask and you shall receive. So, so that's it for this episode. And I hope you take some of these ideas and experiment with them in your life to find out who your angel is. Who is your guardian angel? Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.
Thank you for joining the Angelscapes podcast. We hope you've gained new insights and inspiration for your journey to uncover and access your soul's power. For more information and a deeper dive into finding clarity in your life, go to angelscapes.net. Remember to subscribe so you can be part of the discussion. It may just change your life. See you next time.